Good morning, everyone out there in Thursday land. Hope you're having a great day. I'm trying to think of new ways to introduce myself. I am going to be trying to make little videos to give you information to help you in this crazy world that we live in. Honestly, I just, when I run across stuff, when I read that I think is helpful, I want to help people, and I think that this is really good stuff. One of the things, and I want to cite my sources because I know that's important. This is from the DBT Therapy Skills Workbook. It's for people that have PTSD or you're overcoming trauma, and actually it's just great stuff. That's what, every time I read something that says it's specifically for a certain population, I'm like, it's great for everybody. And one of the things that it's talking about is negativity bias in our brains. And our brains are wired to want to repeat pleasurable experiences, which that makes sense, right? So on the other side of that is negativity. Like we remember things better if something negative happens to us, or if something negative goes through our brain. Just think about that. It makes sense to me. Like when you get a compliment, great. Wonderful. We walk on, it doesn't affect our life. When we get criticism, it totally stops us in our tracks, right? And so it makes sense that our brain remembers things more from negative than positive. I remember once when I was a teacher, third grade, BJ Smith, I had great little class. Everything was fine. Most of my parents absolutely loved me. And then I had one parent that I made angry. Very, very angry. And she came in and told me about it and basically kind of ruined my whole day, and ruined my whole year. No, I'm kidding. But it did make an impression on me. I mean, that was years ago and I still remember it. So yeah, it makes an impression. But what I'm trying to get to here is the part of it that I want y'all to learn. So we have thoughts, and those thoughts control our behavior. They control our emotions. Our brain is such a powerful thing. I don't know if all of us realize that, but there's certain types of thoughts on the negative side that people go to. And if we learn that these patterns, if we learn this, we can catch them, or you can catch yourself doing it and you go, wait a minute, stop. That's not healthy. That's not helping me. So one of those types of thoughts, it's called all or nothing. When you think everything is either black or white and you do not even look into the possibility of shades of gray. Absolute terms, when you say always or never, those are signs that you have this all or nothing type of mentality. An example might be, I'm never thin enough. I'm always going to be obese, or I'm always going to be fat. So those thoughts get in there, and that's called all or nothing. Be looking out for that pattern. Another one is overgeneralizing. When you take one small piece of evidence and you apply it across the whole board. Like if we say all men are potential predators, instead of some men are, some men aren't, just that whole thing of throwing everybody into the same category just because they are a certain thing, like a man. I know a lot of good men that are not predators or potential predators. So that's called overgeneralizing. Another one is called mental filter. When you fixate only on one negative event, or when everything seems dark and negative, it's like wearing a dark pair of sunglasses. An example, life has been awful ever since the accident. Life will never, ever be the same again. There's one thing in your life that changed it so dramatically, you feel like you'll never be the same again. So those are just 3 examples of negative thought patterns that we have that control behavior, actions, the way we think about ourselves, which controls so much. Confidence, self-esteem, value. There's so much that ties into. So I'm going to be, the next week, going over some of these thought patterns. There's more. I have a whole page, okay, and they're good. So I want to help you start to recognize these thought patterns that affect your behavior, which then it affects your life. So there you go. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Over and out.